But you didn't want it, Ennis. So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain. Everything's built on that. That's all we got, boy. Fucking all. So I hope you know that if you don't ever know the rest.
How's everybody doing today? So here I am doing the locations for Brokeback Mountain, one of my favorite films. And these locations are everywhere, all over Alberta, Canada here, and like I'm talking everywhere. Calgary, about 300 kilometers south of Calgary, near the US border. East of Calgary, north of Calgary, they're everywhere. I'm gonna try to get as many as I can. The mountain scenes are gonna be very difficult. Because I have a two-wheel drive vehicle that I rented, which is not the smartest thing to do going through the mountains. And also because it's been foggy and just cloudy and a lot of snow. But I'm going to do as many as I can. And right here, down this road, is where they were herding the sheep at the beginning of the film. I'm going to go back and forth. Now, the opening scenes I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to get really exact locations, but a lot of the outdoor scenes I'm going to have to get general probably. I'm hoping to get close, but they were herding sheep right down here, and it is private property. It's a reservation, and they're practicing social distancing. I completely understand during COVID. So it's about a mile down that way, kilometer and a half. No, so, well, yeah, roughly 2.5 mile, you know. But that's Mount Townsend in the background, and those peaks are seen while they're herding the sheep. And Brokeback Mountain was not an actual mountain. It was a combination of various mountains that they used, all in the Rocky Mountains here in Alberta. But you can see these ones right here, 1, 2, 3, going down right here while they're herding sheep. Looks like I'm fairly close, but it's actually about a 20-minute drive to there. But I'm going up into those mountains now to film more. But right there, that main peak's part of my finger right there. And then off to the side, they're clouded over. I mean, they're that high. But you see that in the background while they're herding sheep. And if you're unfamiliar with Brokeback Mountain, you should see it. Essentially, it's a movie that takes place in 1963. It's supposed to take place in Wyoming, but filmed all up here in Canada. And it's about two cowboys who are looking for work. They find work on Brokeback Mountain, and they fall in love. And it's a love story. It spans many decades. It's a beautiful movie. It's angry. It's shot wonderfully. The acting is incredible. All the actors, even Jake and Heath play these roles with everything they've got. It's incredible acting, but any of the minor characters. I mean, supporting cast of Michelle Williams, Anne Hathaway, Randy Quaid are great. Everybody in this film is just incredible acting. I highly recommend Brokeback Mountain. And there's one of the mountain peaks from Brokeback Mountain right there. All right, let's go. It's gonna be a long one. These are a lot of locations, but we're gonna do it. Okay, let's go. windy. I hope you can hear me, but this is the beginning of the film. This is Cowley, Alberta. This is where Jack Twist and Ennis first meet. Randy Quaid, cousin Eddie, hires them to go work on Brokeback Mountain. They're a couple of cowboys. It's 1963. This movie spans about 20 to 25 years and starts in 1963. So Ennis is dropped off just over there. And then Jack comes, parks his truck right there. And you can see, it's covered up now, but you do see that garage on the side. So the trailer where they're applying for the job, to go work up on Brokeback Mountain, was set up right where this trailer is, roughly. Because you do see, I believe that's a church in the background right there. So all those scenes were shot right on this lot right here. After their love affair began on Brokeback Mountain and they realized they have to separate and part ways, this is where Jack's truck is parked and he drives off down this road right here. A couple of cars are in the way. And Ennis has a bit of a breakdown right here in this alleyway. There's like a little free book thing here. This book bird nest would not have been here. But right in this alleyway right here. And Jack, of course, looks off at him in the rearview mirror before he has to break down. And you see that view in the background. That mountain range is known as the Three Sisters, and that's prominently seen in the film. And more that way is another one called Wind Tower. And then the campout scenes were shot way down there past that one. Like the early campout scenes and where he picks up the food and where he gets started by the bear, they were shot all the way down there. But yeah, they shot on the other side, down into the valley for that peak range. But yeah, Brokeback Mountain, this is it. These are the locations. This is where they shot them, up in these mountains here, right near Canmore, which is just about 20 minutes from Banff. It's gorgeous. And here we are. This is where Ennis met the gentleman to pick up supplies, right here. See that mountain in the background? Waited right by this bridge right here. This is absolutely beautiful out here. So right there, this is the bridge, and you see those two peaks on the left, very distinct, and the flat mountain on the right. So it means they would have been right about here on this bank of the river, picking up the supplies right here. That scene right here. And sugar beans right here. So in Brokeback, when Ennis marries Alma, they get married at this church right here, which is called, what's it called? St. Thomas Anglican Church. So first and third Sunday. So not a lot of services down here, but you see these windows prominently behind them as they're getting married. And I can see through the window here. So I'm going to show you as well. You can see that it looks exactly the same. The camera would have been towards us, however. The camera would have been facing us. But lots of shots, different angles. But I can't get those angles because it's locked up. So right here, this is where the fireworks scene was set up. I shot it right here when Ennis and Elma take the kids to watch fireworks, and he's not happy with the guys behind him making some using questionable language in front of his daughters, and he beats the crap out of one. The other one wants no part of him. But shot right here, you can see those two buildings in the background in the bleachers, so they would have been facing us. And I'm filming through a fence because I have no idea how to get onto this property. The Fort Macleod Royals play here, and they're not playing much right now with all the snow. But shot right there. You can see here, this is the building they use as the post office. And Ennis gets the postcard from Jack. There's a better shot. And goes in here and replies, "You bet," because he wants to meet up with them. The building to the left has changed a bit. It used to be a chimney right on the left there in the film. But this is the building they use as the post office. And in the reverse angle shots, you see that. I think it's a bar. A little bit of that building right there. That's in the reverse angles. So what's interesting about this town is they used quite a bit of it for scenes. This is Rockyford, Alberta. Because right here, this was the exterior of the dance hall, where Jack Twist would have been sitting right here, right out in front. So I'm just about to get with the other gentleman. They're sitting right here. Yeah, this is the exterior here, and they're sitting right somewhere around here on the right. Him and the other gentleman, and the gentleman makes a bit of a kind of a somewhat of a subtle come on, saying they should go camping and go fishing sometime together. And you can see in Jack's face, it kind of reminds him of Ennis, obviously. And the fact that the guy says it. Now, they didn't shoot the interiors here, but this was the exterior used. So here's where they shot the interior scenes for the dance hall. This is the Royal Canadian Legion in Calgary, and that stage is in the background. And same wall paneling, and a couple of shots when Jake Gyllenhaal, Jack is dancing with Anne Hathaway's character. You do see those fans across and the different paneling on the floor. This is the only way to, it's really difficult to match it up. But these walls right here look the same, and then right over here, they're very prominent too. But that's the same stage they used where the band was playing. And right, excuse my finger, right there, you see the difference in the dark wood and the drywall there. That's in the film as well. That's where the bar is. So when Ennis goes to the post office again, that sun is horrible. He comes out and he realizes, well, he gets the postcard that says Jack is deceased. And you see that building in the background there with the wooden awning. And he comes to a phone booth. You see it in the background there. The phone booth would have been here when he comes out of the post office. So he's talking, and it's one of the most tragic scenes of the film because he's talking to Anne Hathaway's character, and she knows who Ennis is. She knows that that's her husband's lover. And it's a great performance by both of them in this scene. Absolutely, one of the best scenes of the film, as they're discussing Jack's death and showing what really happened. But you can see the post office in the background with the American flag while he's talking on the phone. So this whole street they used for about 3 different scenes at various points in the film. Post office, the exterior of the dance hall, phone booth right on the other side of this car here. All here. Now this is really cool. I've never actually been to a rodeo nor rodeo grounds. And this is where they shot pretty much all the rodeo scenes, I believe, in the movie. This is in Rockyford. And I don't know what, I'm not familiar with how to navigate the rodeo grounds, to be honest. Like where, trying to line up some shots here, but well, I'll see what I can do. But it was definitely shot right here, and I just asked, I said, can anybody just go in there? And the guy outside said, yeah, sure. I said, you just walk in? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I guess I can. So here I am on the rodeo grounds. It's really cool. Wow, interesting. These are the same bleachers that you see right behind me. Those are old. Those have been here a long time. And those are the ones from the film. But you would have seen these in the background behind Jack. So yeah, they use it for another scene because that's Anne Hathaway for the children's rodeo, it's called. She comes right from this way and she does a bunch of stunts. I guess what it's called on a horse, you see that. And Jack's watching her, but she's going spinning all around here, all around where I'm standing is where they have it set up. She comes right from that area. So that means her and Jack would have met just right about here because you do see this building in the background and this fence while she's demounting. So after the rodeo, Jack sees Lorene in a bar and asks the bartender, you know her? And she says, that's Lorene Newsom. And her father sells farm equipment, something like that. Those farm equipment, all those shots, those scenes, those buildings have been demolished, so I can't go there. But they shot inside here, and it's called Ranchman's, which is a famous bar here in Calgary, but looks like it suffered due to COVID. It's closed. No, well, you can see it kind of looks similar, the outside, but, oh, there's a sink, bar, everything. Just can't get inside. It's kind of like an abandoned video now. Gotta put a light on. They just kind of up and left this place. Barbecues. Oh, I can get a good shot inside, kind of, if I turn the light on. No, I can't. I can see a little bit of it. It's a big, empty, open bar, exactly the way it looks in the movie. It's just not showing up, and with the flash on, it's going to create a glare. But yeah, they shot it all in here. This is really cool. That's the interior of the supermarket. Filmed all inside there. Poles look... The only thing you can really match up are the poles. But yeah, they filmed all inside there. So when Ennis moves to the city with Alma, his new wife. So when Ennis moves to the city with Alma, his new wife, they move into an apartment. And she gets a letter that Jack wants to visit. She's like, damn, Jack Twist. And Ennis is excited that Jack's gonna come visit him. And they have quite the emotional reunion witnessed by Alma. And it's one of the greatest scenes, I think, in any movie. It's full of drama and passion, and and Michelle Williams, she's watching from the window right there, or the door, I should say, right there, but it all took place right here. This is really cool to see. This is probably one of my favorite filming locations to ever find. This is really cool. Look here. So it's all right here. There's the stairs. She would have watched you from that door right up there. And right here is where that big kissing scene takes place. Right there. When Ennis is telling Jack the story of when he was a little boy about a man in his town, Earl, who was murdered for being gay. And the father of Ennis takes him through to the spot where it happened. They walk through an irrigation ditch. And this is the spot right here. I'm right on the edge of the cliff here. And it's very icy and slippery. See what I can get and show you. But it's not, and surrounded by barbed wire on the other side, which was not fun to walk across. Or to try to hop across, I should say. But yeah, it was all shot down in there, in this canyon. Just to give you an indication of this area, this is the Alberta Badlands. I mean, these mountains are huge around me, and I'm on top of one of them I drove up. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. But this is an important location for the film. Kind of explains Ennis Delmar's apprehension towards living a life with Jack. And you see something like that as a young kid. That's the point of that scene. Here's a good view. That's it. That's what matches more. Walking right through here. I would have had the body of Earl down further in a bit. But yeah, it's cool that the fence is still here in the background. Heavily guarded here with barbed wire, but this is straight ahead. That's Ennis's new home where he is with his daughters, and Jack shows up and Ennis rebuffs him right there, but it's shot from the opposite side. It's too bad this is gated up. Oh, it's actually not, but I don't want to go onto somebody's private property out here in Alberta. But that's the building right there. Pretty cool. Welcome to Mexico. That's right. By way of Calgary, of course. The frozen tundra of Calgary. So for Brokeback, this is one of the more interesting things they did. They used an establishing shot with a second unit, and that's actually Mexico that you see in the shot. But then they used this alleyway right here. They mocked it up to look like an alleyway in Mexico. And this is where Jack Twist picks up the male hustler. Right here. So behind me there would have been a false wall with a whole bunch of lights and stuff like that right behind me, but he walks right up this way, up this alleyway towards the male hustlers that are waiting alongside here. Yeah. Pretty crazy. I'm gonna show you. So he's walking towards us, and it looks, like I said, it looks completely different. Same walls though, and same windows. So Jack's walking towards us, and then the male prostitutes are waiting right along here. So this is just and this was all blacked out in the background because they keep walking up along here. Now you can see these windows here, and with a specific, the window ledges in the background. Very cool how they did that. Alma marries a man named Monroe, and Ennis comes over for dinner with him and the kids. And it's in this house. They actually filmed the interiors at a different house, but this is the house they use for the exteriors when Ennis comes out of the house after having a fight with Alma in the kitchen. It gets a little physical, and he goes off to the bar. But it's this house right here. Comes out, and his car's parked right in front, and gets in. So right here, this is the bar where Ennis, after he storms out of his wife's new husband's home, has a pretty bad confrontation with her in the kitchen. He goes to a bar, and he's about to get hit by a car in the truck, and the truck driver says, "Hey, asshole, watch where you're walking," or something like that. And Ennis decides to pick a fight with the guy, and Ennis loses. But it's right here in this building, and it looks a lot different. Now in the movie, you would have seen him walk past another building, which was right here. So he drives along here. that building is no longer standing. And the bar that he goes into, this is actually it. It's been completely repurposed. It's now called Trackside Studios. But yeah, he gets his butt kicked right here. Sorry, I'm gasping for air. It was a race against time to get here before the sun went down. I wasn't actually running though, I was driving, so I don't know why I'm out of breath. But still, come on, you give us some time. This is Spillway Lake, and it's frozen over, as you can tell. But about an hour and a half into the movie, they go on another camping trip. And they come from the mountains that are right behind me that are hard to see. Very, very, very hard to see right now. And there's no access to the road. So I had to jump over a chained driveway to get these shots. But then they're riding their horses just along here to the left, going in that direction. And you can see the mountain range on your left and the tree line. But unfortunately, the clouds are covering the exact mountains that you see in the background. But that's another angle of what they use as Brokeback Mountain. So Ennis meets Cassie, the waitress. Yes, Alberta. Meets Cassie, the waitress, right there in that hotel. And they go have a little dance on the dance floor. Would you like to go inside and see that exact place? Yes. Let's go. Ennis would have been sitting right about here. You see that in the background. And the dance floor was right here. Same wall, the lights are gone.
And you would be at a table that was over here.
Right.
We used to have little tables here. We didn't have this counter then.
The counter's new. Thank you. Yeah, so he would have been sitting right about here. Because behind him is that, those lights there. So this is the coffee shop where Ennis is sitting. Later on in the film, Cassie has a new man. She comes over. She does not understand Ennis at all. Doesn't talk too much, you bet. But yeah, they filmed all those scenes in here, and unfortunately it's closed. But I'll show you what it looks like inside now. He's just having some pie, coffee, keeping to himself right here. Yeah, it looks a little different, but he would have been sitting off to the right, and she's going towards Blue Wall that way. Right in there.
Go ahead. Tell you what, we could have had a good life together. Fucking real good life. Had us a place of our own. But you didn't want it, Ennis. So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain. Everything's built on that. That's all we got, boy. Fucking all. So I hope you know that if you don't ever know the rest. You count the damn few times that we have been together in nearly 20 years.
So right in this parking lot here, this is where they set up for the final camping trip for Jack and Ennis. And Ennis informs Jack that he won't be able to make the August trip. It's going to be November. And Jack realizes it's just never going to work out between the two of them. And walks off towards that area. You have that exact view. So here I am at the second last location from Brokeback Mountain that I'm going to. And this is one I'm most excited about. This is the home of the Twist family. This is where Ennis comes to visit Jack's parents at the very end of the film. Now this is private property. I've been given permission to come on here. This is the house. They filmed entirely inside. It's incredible. It's still standing here. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. Let's go inside. So Ennis would have parked his car right along there. Right beside there. And there's the doorway with the board hanging down. That's where the mother comes out of to greet Ennis. So the owner of the home did tell me to be very careful inside here, and I'm going to be. But yeah, you can see it's pretty beat up inside, being torn apart. I assume it's going to be torn down at some point, but it's all inside here where they filmed. So now this is upstairs. Oh, wow. This is going to be difficult, but I'm gonna see what I can show you from upstairs here. It's completely, oh my goodness. Wow. Well, oh geez, it's a little creepy. He would have came right up here. I have to put the flash on, the light on my camera, but he came right this way. Up those stairs and into that bedroom. That was Jack's bedroom in the film. You can tell already the floor is very dangerous. I gotta watch out for nails. Wow. Oh, the closet's different, but that's okay. Oh no, it's still the same. That's cool. Well, there's the radiator. He sits on a little chair right there. You can actually see this in the film. This is where Ennis would have taken Jack's denim shirt, denim jacket, right from here where I'm standing. Wow. This is heavy duty stuff. Yeah. All right, so I've got one last location to go to from Brokeback, and it's about 10 minutes from here, not too far. Thankfully, it's in the same town. Sun's going down. I'm going to try to get that last location in. This is a thrill being inside Jack Twist's family home here in Alberta. All right, let's go to the next location. Well, this is where the final scene takes place. It was filmed right here. It's in just not too far from Jack's parents' house. And this is the transfer station, like the town dump. And this is where they set up Ennis's trailer, make it look like a little trailer park area. And there's a couple of curvy roads. It's very difficult to tell. I think if they did a tight shot, those trees would have been filled in a lot more. She comes around a curve and down a dirt road, which I'm assuming is this one, with the trailer being right around here somewhere. But this building, I'm not sure how long it's been here for. But yeah, it's really difficult to tell. There's nobody here to ask, but this is where the film ends. Right around this property right here. I'm pretty sure this is the stretch of road they use where she comes in, because this road becomes dirt. That makes sense. And I know it was at the corner. So I wish I could get a little more close. I got a ton of locations. I feel good about it. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Brokeback Mountain locations. This is one of the most heartbreaking scenes as well, when Ennis has Jack's coat, Jack Oshware. And yeah, the movie ends. If you haven't seen Brokeback, I really highly suggest watching it. You will love it. It's a beautiful movie. Wonderfully shot, beautiful story, incredible acting. All right, that's it for Brokeback Mountain. Wow. Okay. Peace out.